What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Bocan Garage. And just like I told you guys in the last episode that we will be having some RSX content, well, we got some RSX content. I told you guys I was going to show you how to do the radiator bracket not the radiator bracket. I guess it's called radiator bracket for like the hood latch and all that. Well, yesterday I was kind of out here with the RSX and I was looking at it and I was thinking to myself, I don't recall these radiators sitting out so high and so front forward of the bumper and the bracket and everything. And I was doing some measurements and I was just checking some stuff out. And I have no idea what this radiator is from or what it goes to because it is way too tall. I looked online and it says that radiators for the RSX should be like 18.8 inches tall. This thing is like 21 inches tall from bottom to top of this. So the original owner put the incorrect radiator in the car, which is kind of annoying. And now it is my task to obviously take all this out and just see what we can do with this, because I don't know if you guys look down there, it is touching the very bottom of the radiator tray and it's sitting up way too tall because this all should not be the same height as the crossbar here, so I can't even put the radiator bracket in the center because it's too tall, too high, and it's in the way. But I also noticed too, this looks like someone sat on it or something or put pressure on it. So I need to pull, I don't know if I can get this in there. Yeah, I need to pull this up. It's a little bit bent, as you can see right there. So that's not much. Just need to pull that up, straighten that out, and that's fine. And then we can put the thing in place. But now, for today, I'm going to get this out of there because it's not even connected to anything, which means I gotta disconnect our coolant. I gotta drain the whole thing. I gotta do all that fun stuff. But there's not much in it, and I think they put water in it too. So I don't even think there's actually coolant in it. So that's nice of them. See, it's pretty dry. But car doesn't overheat, so obviously there is coolant in there or water in there. But let's find out what we're dealing with. So we got to jack up the car, drain it, do all that fun stuff. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Why did I have to jack up the car if all I'm going to do is be draining the coolant out of the engine? Well, pretty simple is my bucket. It's really tall. And if I want to capture all of that coolant into the bucket, I need to make sure that the car was high enough for me to actually do so. Now, obviously, guys, always make sure that your car is jacked up nice and tight, which mine is. 2 stands on the front. And I'm going to pop open this radiator cap. Set to the side here, I guess, just whatever, it doesn't really matter since we're not going to be reusing that cap anyways, because the radiator that we're going to be replacing it with has a brand new one on it. Now the car's up. I actually want to get under here and see what kind of horrors await for me, as here's a little drain plug right here, and the wiring, that looks like an original wire. Everything else looks kind of spliced and messed with, so that's a little bit worrying. Not the biggest fan of that, obviously, but whatever. Over down here, we'll just connect our radiator hose wires. This wire up here, that's an interesting one. Pretty sure that's not factory. Yeah, so I'm hoping at the very least whoever did this didn't splice into the OEM lines, that they kind of just spliced new harnesses or something for the fans that they hooked up. That's what I'm hoping, at least. Oh, we got another plug right here. Right in plain sight. I don't know if I can even get to it properly. I mean, it's right there, but it's a very crusty, musty old clip. But so far, it's looking like the harness is original-ish. Like, I got this green wire here that is just obviously not wired up to that properly. And I'm not entirely sure about that. But whatever, we get the plugs off, get them out of the way. Let's try and drain this without getting ourselves horribly, disgustingly dirty. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really want to be drinking coolant today. Hope you guys can see that. Oh, man, that thing is on there tight. There we go. Let's see what comes out. Is it going to be coolant or water, guys? Well, it's looking coolant-y. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's coming out pretty nice. It's coming out pretty good. And it's not exactly watery in terms of color, but it's not exactly fully coolant color either. So they probably did a proper 50-50 mix, which I'm okay with, obviously. So we're going to let that drain for a moment, and then we'll try and remove the radiator hoses and all that and lift up the radiator. All right, guys, so before I get too far ahead of myself, obviously after the coolant has drained all out, it took about like maybe 10 minutes or so, which was kind of crazy. It took 10 minutes, but we got the coolant out. So now I removed the top radiator hose, which has this weird clamp style. Like, it looks like the head of it is all butchered, so all it has is the flathead, which is kind of crazy, but came off no problem. Now, whoever did this radiator install is an asshole, and don't be that guy, guys. Don't be that asshole. The clamp right there is on the upper side where no one could ever reach it at all. So can't even disconnect it until I take the radiator fans off, which in most cases people do that to begin with anyways, but I was trying to avoid that. Well, guys, so another case of the former owner being a dick. See how I said that that plug's not original? At least I don't think it is. It is to whatever this fan is, but he literally just had these little clamp mount pieces plugged into it. So that means he spliced into the wires. I kind of figured that might be the case. That sucks, but it is what it is. We're going to have to, when we get our new radiator fans, we're going to have to probably plug it in like that too. Make sure that they're spinning in the right direction. So like I said, guys, don't be that asshole. When it comes to modifying a car, if you don't know what you're doing, just don't be that guy. Because you just make it hard for the next person, especially when you put the improper sized radiator into a car. Like, this dude had no clue what he was doing. So it makes sense now, honestly. Like, looking at this car and just some of the stuff of it that seemed very peculiar, it's just, it sucks. But whatever, I'm not going to lament about it. I'm going to try and get this radiator out of here. Now, I know what you guys might be thinking. Why do I think that this is the wrong radiator that was installed in this car? Outside of, one, the fact that it's sat way too high. They're literally supposed to sit like down here, and you have little brackets that hoop them in place. Two, I measured it. So from bottom to top of the radiator cap is like 21 something inches, where on an RSX radiator it's supposed to be like 18.8 inches, which that extra almost 2 inches does make a difference, because it's supposed to sit into these little holes right there, nice and beautifully, be nice and low, so that it can sit underneath, so I can then put the little bracket on the top and, you know, have a nice, perfectly flush radiator. Then, if you guys notice too, this radiator core, or the heater core, not heater core, my brain can't think right now, guys. You know, this is for the AC. It's not bolted up, so it's just flopping around in here. Again, another sign that the former owner was an idiot, a massive idiot, didn't know what he was doing. So we got bolts, we'll bolt that in place. Right now, though, I'm going to clean up that lower bay area, and then when we reinstall this hose, we're going to install it the proper ways, not be an asshole like the former owner, and make it hard on ourselves or future people. So, another thing, though, too, the original wiring harness right here, coming in from the car, that's original, that's still connected. However, he had this stupid prong system, which means he knew that this was not meant for this car. I don't know if it was for a Civic. Unfortunately, as far as I could tell, there are no part numbers on it that I can see. It is a Honda style. Oh, there's part numbers right there, actually. I'll probably look that up later to see what kind of Civic this went to, because I can tell that it's Civic type, it's Honda type, because it went in, it connected to everything, but the plugs were not the same, which is why he hacked that one up. And then you can see the two green wires here, where he spliced the original plug. I believe this plug right here was the one that went to the bottom of the radiator. I don't remember what that one went. That one was also the bottom radiator, but you can see where he spliced the freaking wiring for the original harness. They all this white tape that's not original, and he put in these two damn green wires, hopped them up in here. So actually, ooh, guys, we might have gotten lucky. Look at that. Look what I see underneath that tape. Ooh, let me try and get this tape off. I think I see the original plug, so we might not be boned. Hold up, I'll be with you guys in just a moment. All right, guys, so we got lucky. I got the white tape off of there, and look, and lo and behold, so the former owner was not a complete jackass. We have the original plug in there for the radiator fan. So once we get the RSX radiator fan there today, we can just plug it right in there. Thank heavens he was a smart dumbass. He kind of just put little pigtails on there, shoved them in, put pigtails on that side, taped it up with not electrical tape, just some regular ass Scotch tape. But we got it. The only thing I'm going to have to do right now is I'm going to have to protect these wires right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me get you in closer. But they are cut for whatever reason. So I'm going to tape those up, and then we're going to tape all this up nice and beautifully. We have multiple plugs. I don't know what this plug goes to, guys. I'm going to be 100% honest. I know this plug right here was the one that was plugged in the bottom of the radiator. I know this one was plugged into like another spot of the radiator or the fans or something. This plug, I don't know, guys. So tell me in the comment section below, because I have no idea what this plug's going to. There you go. I didn't realize if the sun was blocking me, but this plug right here, no clue. This one goes into the fans, radiator. I mean, this one I have no idea. So yeah, weird little connection type on there. But yeah, so all I can really do right now, guys, is just tape that thing up, go pick up the new radiator, go pick up the new fans, and mount it all in. So I'm gonna go do that off camera, because, you know, I gotta, like always, I gotta drive like 50 minutes or so to go get the new part. Now I know what you're thinking. Why don't I just go to O'Reilly's or whatever and blah, 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 blah. I found a guy who's parting out a Type S. He's got the radiator, he's got the fans, and he's got the brackets. He's willing to sell all that for an amazing price, for less than the price of the radiator. So I can't say no to that, because obviously I need new fans to go with the new radiator. So it's like killing two birds with one stone, and I am so happy for that. Now, I was thinking, because I know on like B series and D series and EGs and EKs, everyone goes for like the half cuts. I was thinking that I was thinking, what if we got like a Mishimoto half cut and put that in here? But I've only ever seen, like in the Honda forums, one guy who did that. Everywhere I look online, like every other YouTube video, every other video of people replacing their radiators, I don't see a single person replacing their radiator with a half cut. So it makes me think that perhaps, don't quote me on this, the K-Series don't like half-cut radiators. Maybe they don't have enough fluid transfer to keep them cold. I don't know. But we're just going to replace with OEM parts because better safe than stupid, right? Anyways, we'll go pick up the parts. All right, guys. So we just got back from picking up a proper radiator for the RSX. I was going to drive all the way to Madera to pick one up, but then I found a guy local, had the same exact radiator, actually better, because it was off of a Type S. Still had the fans with it, original fans, had the brackets for it and everything. So that was a giant load off my mind. Didn't have to drive like, you know, an hour and 40 minutes down to Madera, then another hour and 40 minutes home. So this guy was actually like 3 blocks away from me. So it's perfect. And he had a beautiful, like, what is that, cobalt blue or whatever the RSXs come in, like just gorgeous Type S in the garage. He upgraded to a Mishimoto radiator, so he had no use for this thing. We obviously have a use for it, so I am more than grateful. I am more than grateful. But you know what? I just thought of something. Before we just shove it in there, I want to grab the Camry radiator. I'm assuming, I looked up the part number. It looked like it was for a Camry / Solara. I don't care if those fans fell off. All we know is that it was the improper radiator for the RSX. And because I am just a curious-minded person, I'm going to set them side by side to show you just how much taller this radiator is. So here is the Camry radiator. Here's the RSX radiator, and you guys can now understand why that was not fitting properly into the car, and I couldn't mount the actual brackets, and I couldn't do all the proper good stuff that, you know, I wanted to do. Which reminds me, I know I said I was probably going to install the radiator T-bracket today in this episode. Honestly, guys, after all the running around, I am way too tired to do all that in one episode. So today, unfortunately for you guys, is going to be just about swapping out this improper radiator, popping in the proper radiator, and going from there. We will probably do the T-bracket install another day. Now, I do know for a fact that I do need to do the T-bracket install, or else, you know, the radiator's little coupling mounts will not go in properly. But I don't want to do that today. I'm tired. I'm starving. And this is already enough of an adventure as it is. So getting this in is the goal for today. Just putting it in, plugging it in, inspecting it, making sure it's all good. I might have to reuse the little reservoir bleeder from the other radiator, but that is what it is. I don't mind. And like clockwork, guys, again, the second I start filming is when people start messaging me. It never fails. Never fails. But anyways, so let's get this radiator in there. We're going to plug it up. We're going to set it up, put coolant in it, or water, because we don't really have any coolant right now. It is what it is. It's fine. Water's fine for now. And just, you know, get it in there. And again, earlier I mentioned this little plug. I don't know what it's to. So if you guys know, please let me know, because as far as I can tell and look, I see absolutely nothing on this radiator that has that kind of plug, like whatsoever. So, yeah. Oh, well, let's get into it. And just like that, guys, boom. Radiator's in place. We don't have it fully hooked up yet. I just wanted to make sure that it's, you know, in place. And as you can see, it sits so much lower than the other one. Like, just, it doesn't sit up on the bumper like the old one was, because again, the other one was wrong. Now I can actually put the T-bracket in place on top, which I'm not going to do today, but we will be putting it in place. I already bent out these bars here. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's not as bent as it was. Sorry, the lighting is pretty bad right now. There we go. See in there. We straightened it out. It actually fits in place. The bar sits on top and everything. I may try to pop this up just a little bit more. This bolt hole lights up to the T-bar. This bolt hole lines up to the T-bar. These bolt holes, though, are slightly off, but it's fine because these holes, as well as this hole, line up. So I'm just going to put a bolt through there and there to hold it in place, because it obviously has a T-bracket that goes down, that connects to the bottom. And then once we put these little brackets on the side, that connects to it as well. So it'll be supported. It'll be perfectly fine and supported. But just look at that, guys. Absolute huge difference. Beautiful difference. And now I got to figure out how I'm going to bolt this thing back up into place, the little condenser. And yeah, beautiful. So I'm going to hook everything up off screen, guys, only because I'm losing daylight. It looks bright out here on the camera, but it's really not. I'm losing daylight, and I want to try and get this done before I lose full daylight. But before I actually go and install all this off screen, I just wanted to show you that, yes, the original plugs are still here. Thankfully, the former owner wasn't that dumb. I still don't know what this plugs to, guys. I really have no clue. So if you can tell me, I would greatly appreciate it. We got our drain plug right here, which we got to plug up. I'm hoping that one off the old unit works. But everything else, it looks like it should just plug right up back in. Maybe that's what that was for? Was that for that, guys? Was that plug for that plug? Because I don't remember what this plugged into, because it's obviously didn't plug into the radiator. You know what? Yeah, it has to be. I know you guys can't see because of the lighting, but there's like a little L shape in there, and it matches up with the L shape in there. So yeah, that's probably what that is. So I'm going to plug all of this back up and come back to you guys with my final findings. And there you go, guys. After like fighting with the thing for a good couple minutes, we have the old new radiator on. The only thing we had, like I said, we're not going to hook up the T-bracket today because I'm tired. It's as simple as that. I'm tired. But you can see how the little brackets that hold the radiator sit about that high. I'm thinking I might have to lower the T-bracket some more or something. I don't know. They seem like almost a little bit too high. That one seems fine. Maybe that one's just a bit too low. I don't know. We'll adjust it and all that once we get the T-bracket actually on, which will be next time, probably tomorrow after work. Then again, I could also not have the radiator sat down all the way. Oh, yep. Nope, I think, yep. I just shifted it and the radiator sat down even more. Yeah, no. See, look at that. Perfect height now. All right, cool. Anyways, so we got the radiator in. Obviously, the one that came with the car was completely wrong. The former owner is a moron. If you ever see this video, I hate you. Yeah. So next time we will put the T-bracket on. We'll bolt it all in. I'll get all that going. So I guess today was just about swapping out the radiator, which is always a fun thing to do. So I got to touch on something, though, actually. Remember earlier, guys, I was talking about how I didn't know what this plug went to. So there's a spot for this plug. That's fine. It went into what I thought it did go into, which is perfectly fine. However, now I have this plug that I don't remember disconnecting this off of anything. I really cannot remember disconnecting this off of anything. So I'm thinking this goes to like the reservoir or something. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Please let me know, because I don't know what this plug goes to. I don't remember taking it off of anything here. Like, I looked around. I thought maybe I'd have to swap this out. I didn't. It plugged right in. But yeah, there's like nothing on this old radiator that I had to take that plug off of. So I am not sure what that plug came from. I'm thinking, because I literally don't see anything else that it connects to. Like, this fan's hooked up, this fan's hooked up, that sensor's hooked up. We have the coolant sensor, temperature sensor hooked up. I am not noticing another plug that I missed. I've kind of been going in circles looking around, and I just don't see anything where would reach this plug. So it's just right here, but there's like nothing in its vicinity within its reach to plug into. So I'm thinking, since this car didn't have a reservoir, that it plugged into the reservoir. So obviously I got to get one of those to find out. I'll probably do some searching online to see if like the reservoir plug did actually have, like, you know, something to connect it to. But as far as I understand right now, no. So I don't know what that plug went to. Your guess is good as mine, if not better than mine. So we will figure that out some other time. Anyways, guys, I'm going to clean up. I'm already done. I'm dirty. I'm disgusting. I want to clean this up and go inside, get dinner, all that fun stuff. So just remember, every broken car is an adventure, but also remember to buy the right parts for your car, guys. Like, don't be like this former owner. Make sure you get the actual proper parts, because this radiator, although it worked and it did connect and it did hold fluid, it was the wrong size. So that was probably also why the hood wouldn't work and all that. So guys, sorry about that. We had a neighbor come down and check up and see what I was doing and whatnot. New subscriber to the channel, so that's always fun. I lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was talking about, but yeah. So we got the new Type S radiator in. All of it's plugged up. I'm going to go and check. I have a feeling that plug goes to the reservoir. I don't know why the reservoir would have a plug going to it, but what else could it possibly go into? Nothing came off of that, so I don't know. Anyways, guys, remember, every broken car is an adventure. Buy the right parts. Even if you got to buy the cheap parts, that's fine. Just make sure it's actually designated for your vehicle, because you don't want to run into issues like this, because then you're going to be swapping out radiators, going and hunting new radiators, and that's never a fun day for anyone. But anyways, guys, remember, stay safe, be fun, and keep on dreaming. Do not let your cars die. Do not let your legends die. That adventure that you started on with that car years ago, even if it was months ago, keep it going. Just sometimes you got to stop, take a moment, sit back, think about what you want to do with it, and start over again. Just like with that Subaru, I know I said I might be selling it. I started thinking about it. I don't know if I'm going to be selling it, guys, because that would be meaning I'm giving up on the dream of the Subaru, and I don't want to do that. But anyways, before I ramble on more, I hope you guys are enjoying the RSX content. We have more to come. Honestly, not too much more, but we do have more to come, and then we're going to just be playing with the car for a while until we get it gone. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you, as always, in the next one. Peace.